Hello guys and welcome to the first episode of my F1 2017 career mode. In this career mode I'm going to be racing with Renault Sport as I don't know, I've seen a lot of teams going with Sauber and McLaren. I want to start at the mid-table, give us more of a chance of getting towards the top in the first 5 or 6 seasons. Going with short qualifying and 50% races with 90 AI difficulty. Obviously now in the new game there is now vehicle management. We have to manage the engine and the gearbox. So obviously they're all on 0% and we'll try to make them last as long as possible. Now let's head to practice.
Jeff here. I'm looking forward to working with you as your race engineer. Hope you've had a good night's sleep because we've got a lot of work to do today to prep for the season ahead. We're ready to fire up the car, so why not head out and get a few laps under your belt?
Obviously now with all the new R&D, it's even more important to complete all the practice programs. So firstly, obviously I'm going to be starting off with the track acclimatization program. Bear in mind this is one of the first time I'd played F1 2017. I'd done like a 5-lap race before this and that was it. So I'm not the best at this current time, but I'm sure in the next race, by the race time, I will be a lot better. The track acclimatization test, if you don't know, is a test where you have to just go through the gates at a certain amount of speed and try and hit enough corners. Here on the first run I do end up going off, but now on the second run we do get a much better have a go there. Going now into the third corner, I do actually fail that, which does mean we're getting 0 points for that corner, but I do manage to fly through the rest of the lap. As you can see there at the top, purples and greens all the way through, hitting purples into the 13th corner, 14th corner, trying to keep as much speed through here as possible, as this is much of a practice for me to learn the track, as it is for me to try and get these resource points. If we do get a green practice program, then we get 30 resource points, and a purple one we get 50 resource points. And as there are like 120 R&D options, we do need to try and get as many resource points as possible, so I will be trying to do every single practice program in every single race weekend. Now the final attempt at the track acclimatization test, we have managed to get purples most of the entire lap, flying through there much quicker than the previous lap, as you can see I'm already improving learning these cars. Going around the final corner, which is very tricky, especially with medium traction control or no traction control, get a purple on the DRS and just about beat the target score. Then we get 50 resource points and 2 achievements. Now onto the qualifying pace test. This is just the team's predicted time for you depending on your difficulty, and you've got to try and beat that target time, and if you do, you get 30 resource points or 50 resource points. As you can see here, on the first attempt I'm 3/10 up over the team's predicted time. Going into the final corner, do go a bit wide there, meaning I drop off. Now I'm only at 3/10 up. Around the final corner, put the DRS on nice and early, and we do beat the team's target time by 1.5 tenths. I did go for another run here, but I couldn't beat it. That's the end of practice 1. Now we're going to go and see Chris.
Home away from home. We get more real-time data from the factory now than ever before, and it all comes through here. So I have to spend more time checking over the reports and less time hunting you down in the hospitality suite. We've set up a desk for you at the front here. You can get onto the network from your laptop, so make sure to check the R&D screen regularly. And let us know how you want to use the data that we've collected over the weekend and through the practice programs. Also, bear in mind that the news from the factory won't always be good.
As Chris said there, the upgrades can now fail. There is a chance that they will fail. Obviously the lower the difficulty, then you'll have less chance of failures. And see, Chris has given me 2,500 resource points to work with there, which they will develop things. I'm going to develop the weight reduction for the chassis, and also the ignition system for the engine, the 2 main upgrades for the engine and the chassis, and I also improve the efficiency of engine upgrades. Now in practice 2, we're going to try and complete the last 3 practice programs. Going in with the fuel saving program now, I've noticed an issue there where whenever you start a practice program you do get a lag spike, but that is kind of to be expected. This is an early build of the game. I recorded this on 1.2 I think, or 1.3. I think we're now on 1.5 as I'm recording this audio. Going around the first lap, we do just about too little fuel saving, and we do not get the target time. Now going again, I do go run wide here, which loses me a lot of my target lap time, meaning I'm only at 1/10 up. I was 6/10 up, and we are still good on fuel saving. This is one of the new practice programs. Basically, you've just got to try and lift and coast around some corners to try and save as much fuel as possible. Around the final corner here, we do lose a bit of our fuel saving through that final corner, meaning that we are still just below fuel saving, and I lift off right at the end, just managed to beat the target time and just managed to beat the fuel saving test, giving us 30 resource points. Now the race strategy test, another new practice program. This is where you just have to do 5 consistent laps, usually on the middle tyre, as that's the tyre that the team expects you to be racing round, and it will also give you a good strategy. As you can see here, I passed 3 of the laps out of 5, giving me 40 resource points. We're doing better to get 50, and then I could have got 50 resource points in total, but we ended up with 30, giving us a total of 105 resource points after our upgrades. Obviously Emma's going to give us our rival, which is always your teammate at the beginning of the game. So my rival will obviously be to beat Nico Hulkenberg. Now then, on to qualifying. The qualifying pace test, I didn't show too much pace. Going my second lap here, as my first banker time only got me 17th place, which is not the greatest for the Renault team. It is what Palmer was doing, but we don't want to be as bad as Palmer. Going down into the third corner now. Do go a bit wide there. We are 5/10 up on our previous time. Going round on the end of my lap, and we do move up to 13th there, but by the end of the session there was a lot of cars behind me and I ended up finishing 17th, which is really quite disappointing. I thought it was a pretty good lap, but clearly wasn't. So I ended up 17th on the grid. Let's hope that in the race we can finish in a much higher position than that. Right then, now it's race time. We're on the grid in 17th place, quite disappointing qualifying. See if we can make up for it into the first corner. I don't get a very good start there. Even Alonso and Sainz pull away from me. The Saubers are trying to challenge me on just from behind. They don't have just enough pace. Go around the outside of Sainz, pushes me off the track a bit, and I managed to stay in 17th place off the start. Get a good run out of that corner, meaning Sainz and Alonso go behind, have the fighting, up into 15th already. Dive bomb into that corner and touch my teammate a bit, push him off, but not too much, and up into 12th. Pretty successful first few corners, and now he's chased down Ocon. Now we're chasing down Ocon on the second lap, down this straight again, rich revs, and into quite a big dive bomb, lock up a tiny bit with my tyres, and managed to get past him, so in 11th place now. Everyone in front of me is on the ultra soft tyres, therefore I'm going to quite struggle to catch them up, as I am on the soft tyre, which is the slowest tyre. I wasn't very confident on these. I haven't really practiced them except with the track acclimatization test. So now we're on lap 6, we're just trying to defend from Ocon, Magnussen, and that lot is pulling away. And trying to also save fuel, as this car uses quite a lot of fuel. Ocon pushing me just towards the wall, bit of a touch there, but we managed to keep ahead. Now lap 8 once again, going through. I made a big mistake there, so Ocon's going to use this straight line speed advantage to try and get past me, round the outside once again. I really do like that new red arrow indicator to show when someone's beside you. I do manage to just brake enough to manage to get past Ocon. Some people have started to do their pit stops from the ultra soft runners, so I now move up into like P4, and also Lance Stroll's pull off to the side with some kind of problem, meaning that I'm now in P4. And my team are recommending me to change strategy I'm going to keep to my current, as we have, as we need to try and stay out as long as possible on these soft tyres. My teammate has had an incident, meaning that it was just called a virtual safety car, which will help me with my tyre saving. Virtual safety car comes in on lap 12, and now I'm being challenged by Hamilton. I formed quite a big train. Hey hack, come Hamilton up my inside. I managed to just defend from him, but he's going to go once again round my outside, round this corner. But I do manage to keep him off, which is really going to help me, and it's also going to hinder his race quite a bit, as the Ferraris are pulling away at the front. Once again, he's going to try and come up the inside, give me a bit of a push, and I try to give him a bit of a push after that. A little bit of a collision, a little bit of a corner cut there as well. I don't gain any time really. Hamilton, once again, coming down my outside now, but I managed to outbrake him into this corner. We get stuck together, I will get stuck wheels, but he still can't get past me. Now lap 15, going down the straight. Hamilton once again challenging. I'm on really worn tyres at this point, but I'm still trying to keep out until my recommended lap 16 pit time. It looks like Hamilton's almost past me. We touch our front wing against his rear. He's pulling away, but we're going to do a dive bomb to try and just stay ahead, and we do. Once again, a bit of a touch, and Hamilton's going to try to come back at me, but to no avail. I'm going to live another lap. Now lap 16, this is our recommended pit time. We're going to come in for the super soft tyres to finish the race, doing the one-stop strategy, making sure to brake to 37 miles an hour, as that is that's the pit limiter in Australia, and we're going to hopefully get a good time here with our pit crew. Roman Grosjean's also pitting in at this time. I didn't know about the new startup mechanism, and I also forgot here to disable my pit limiter for a couple seconds, which did hinder it a bit, but Roman Grosjean didn't have any chance of getting past me. Now we've got to chase down Kvyat, who's still on the soft tyre. I think he's pitted from soft tyres from the super softs, so we're going to have to try and chase him down. We have much superior tyres now. I felt a lot stronger on the super softs, meaning that we hopefully should be able to catch him in the next few laps. Roman Grosjean trying to come back at me here. I got a quite poor run through that corner, but he hasn't had any chance of getting past. We're about the same pace cars, same tyres, same lifespan. There isn't really a chance of him getting past me. I do have just enough pace to keep him behind. Make a bit of a corner cut there, which I probably shouldn't have. I should have got a warning for that. My corner cutting was only on regular. I'm going to be moving it up to strict for the rest of this career mode, as I found that I do corner cut too much and I should really be being penalised for it. So I will be moving up to strict corner cutting, as well as simulation damage in the races to come. If this wasn't my outlap, I'm sure it would have been my fastest lap. Now lap 21, some more people are coming in. Verstappen and Kvyat have just came out the pits. So I'm going to try and get a good run. They're fighting each other into that first corner. I'm going to get a good run on Kvyat to try and get past him. He's on a much slower tyre. Try and get past Verstappen as well, but he's on the ultra soft tyres, so he's having none of it. A bit of pushing around, where if I was on simulation damage there, I'm sure I would have got some front damage, but didn't. Verstappen got past me, stays into 6th place, and I'm in 7th. Now I've got to try and defend from the people behind me, as I'm not the best with wearing tyres. I'm on the final lap now. My tyres are really quite worn, and the AI cars are trying to get past me. Bit of a corner cut there once again, which kind of does save me. I really should have been penalised for that. But coming around the final corner, we are going to finish 7th, which is realistically the highest position we could have finished in this race, in that mid-table car, the Renault, which is a really good achievement for us, getting ourselves 4 points in the championship, and also hoping to defend our Renault position in the constructors as well, as Nico Hülkenberg crashed out, causing that virtual safety car. Once again, Sebastian Vettel wins. Anthony Davidson saying a lot of rubbish about the safety car, even though it didn't affect it whatsoever. The reason they actually won was because I was blocking off Hamilton and Bottas in the Mercedes cars.
And that's allowed them to take the advantage.
And as we can see, it's time for the podium, and as the drivers make their way out, there's a familiar red suit making its way to the top step. Fantastic win for Ferrari.
So Ferrari win that race. Sebastian Vettel with Kimi P2, as they just managed to run away with me blocking off the Mercedes. Hamilton does end up getting P3, hopefully keeping his championship hopes alive, but Vettel does pull away obviously in the championship. So congratulations to Ferrari. Obviously they'll be top of the constructors as well.
And now let's take a look at the
Me finishing 7th, I actually get 6 points for that, which means we can defend our position in the constructors as well as the driver standings. Also, Anthony Davidson gives me driver of the day. Should be Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen that doesn't give it in this game. Apparently it's only 1 year. F1 2016 where Max Verstappen got everything. Renault are now 6th in the constructors as well, tied with Haas, which is pretty good as we only had one car finishing the race. Getting 120 resource points for that race, and also pulling away in our rivalry against Nico Hülkenberg as he did not finish the race. Increasing our team approval and reputation with other teams as well, due to the fact that Nico Hülkenberg didn't finish. Getting a good career score, and that is going to be it for this video. If you have enjoyed, please hit the like button down below, and subscribe for more career mode videos. Thanks for watching, my name's been Harry, and goodbye.